Wake up and you'll find that the global IQ is dropped by 1,000 times. The once universally known 99 multiplication table has become the world's most difficult math problem. He then stopped looking at Principal Sue and walked with Chin Fong towards Principal Young. Seeing the two of them leaving, Principal Sue sneered and said, "Humph, Nanshan Elementary School? It's just luck. What's the point of showing off in front of me?" Of course, neither of them heard this. After bidding farewell to Principal Yang, Director Ma drove Chin Fong back home in his Lamborghini, speeding on the road. "Well done, kid. Getting a perfect score. Nanshan Elementary School is proud of you. Great, great. We have hope now. The elite competition is in a month. You need to prepare well. If you can win the championship, it will be a great honor for our school." Director Ma couldn't stop smiling and excitedly kept talking. "Getting a perfect score. You've given face to our Nanshan Elementary School. We finally have a genius. Having the qualification to participate in the elite competition, you've made our Nanshan Elementary School proud. But if you come back without a ranking, they will definitely mock us." Thinking of this, the joy on Director Ma's face disappeared, replaced by worry. "Chin Fong, you must study hard and strive for a ranking. Shut them up completely." Director Ma looked at Chin Fong with concern. Chin Fong turned his face away without saying a word, ignoring Director Ma. Director Ma was already used to Chin Feng's reaction. He turned his head back, focused on driving, and suddenly remembered something. "Damn it! I forgot to talk to their manager. They didn't even arrange seats for us at Nanshan Elementary School. Forget it, I won't argue with them since I'm in a good mood today. Anyway, we won the championship this time. They won't dare to disrespect us at Nanshan Elementary School anymore. Director, when will I receive the prize money?" Chin Fong shook his head helplessly, looking at the excited Director Ma in the car, and asked with concern. "Don't worry, you won't be short of money. You're a genius from our Nanshan Elementary School. By the way, I have to call the principal right away." Director Ma looked at Chin Fong with a smile and immediately made the call. Beep. "Hello?" After a while, a deep voice with a hint of anger came through the phone. "Principal, our school has a genius." Director Ma couldn't hide his excitement. "A genius? Only one genius in such a big school? Are you serious? Didn't I say not to disturb me unless it's something important?" "Principal, let me explain, it's not that kind of genius." "Director Ma, do you still want to be the director? With the time you have, shouldn't you think about how to improve the school's ranking? Look at what rank the school has fallen to after I left. Are you still not ashamed?" The principal's angry voice filled the car. Director Ma's face changed slightly, showing a hint of embarrassment, but he couldn't hide his excitement in his heart. "Principal, our school has hope for its ranking because we won the math competition," Director Ma said proudly. "What? Math competition champion? Director Ma, if you want to show off in front of me, you should find a legitimate reason. Don't bother me if it's not important." Beep, beep. Director Ma was about to speak, but the principal had already hung up the phone, leaving a cold beeping sound on the other end. Director Ma looked at Chin Fong and snorted, "That old man, he doesn't believe me even when I tell him the truth. I'll show him." Director Ma immediately parked the car on the side of the road, held the trophy in his hand, and dialed a video call on his phone. After a long time with no one answering the call, Director Ma was about to hang up while cursing, when finally someone picked up the phone. "Director Ma, if you call me again, I'll block you." As soon as the call connected, a burst of anger came from the other end of the line. Director Ma's face changed and he quickly aimed the camera at the trophy. "Principal, take a look at this." There was silence on the other end of the phone for a moment. "What? The math competition champion trophy? Am I seeing things, Director Ma? Aim it better so I can have a good look." The attitude on the other end of the phone suddenly changed 180 degrees, and bursts of astonishment could be heard. Director Ma obediently aimed the trophy at the camera and turned the brightness of his phone to the highest. "Nanshan Elementary School. Champions? Oh my God. Director Ma, am I not mistaken?" "Principal, you're not mistaken. We have a super genius at Nanshan Elementary School, and they also have the qualification to go to the elite competition," Director Ma said with tears and snot. "What? The elite competition that only happens once every 3 years? Director Ma, you've done a great job this time. I will definitely promote you when I come back. Nanshan Elementary School will definitely take a big step forward in the rankings. Director Ma, well done." The voice on the other end of the phone was very excited, and you could even see the principal's eyes getting slightly moist. "Principal, it's the competition for the kindergarten class. And it's a perfect score, a perfect score." Director Ma wiped his tears and said excitedly. "What? A perfect score? 20 points? Director Ma, in all my years as principal, no one has ever achieved a perfect score. Are you telling the truth? The principal said half-believingly. Principal, it's absolutely true. Xin Feng from the kindergarten class is sitting next to me right now, and they won the championship with a perfect score. Great, great. Nanshan Elementary School will definitely become one of the top elementary schools. Let me see who this genius is. Watching the two of them crying and wiping their tears, Xin Feng shook his head helplessly and sighed. Well, there are benefits, but there are also disadvantages. Xin Feng, what are you muttering? Say a few words to the principal quickly. Director Ma quickly handed the phone to Xin Feng. Seeing Director Ma constantly gesturing to him, Xin Feng reluctantly took the phone. He saw an old man in his 50s smiling at him on the screen. Old man, what's up? As soon as he said this, both the smiling director and the smiling principal were stunned. Ahem, I heard you won the championship? The principal retracted his smiling face and asked somewhat seriously, is that championship difficult? Upon hearing this, both the director and the principal beside him were stunned. The director was the first to break the awkward silence. Ahem, I forgot to introduce him. Xin Feng, this is Principal Chen of Nanshan Elementary School. Principal? I just heard you call him an old man. I thought he was someone else. Upon hearing this, both of them were stunned for a moment. Then, a burst of anger came from the other end of the phone. Director Ma, how dare you call me an old man? Principal, it's a misunderstanding. The director glanced at Xin Feng and quickly took the call outside. After a series of nodding and bowing, he returned to the car. You little brat, I got scolded because of you. I did hear you call him an old man. Xin Feng looked at the director innocently. I called him that, can you? The principal attaches great importance to the elite competition in 10 days. He might come to the scene in person. Although you won the championship today, the questions in the elite competition will be several times harder than today. Do some more practice papers in the next few days and review well. You can't win the championship, but in 10 days, it will be the elite competition. Strive to bring back a good result and give Nanshan Elementary School some face. The director looked at Xin Feng with a serious expression. Xin Feng, review? I don't need that. Director, now that you've won the championship, I can't say much to you, but you must take the elite competition seriously. Xin Feng, don't worry, I've already secured the championship. Director. The director shook his head speechlessly and drove Xin Feng home. The car sped quickly on the road and soon arrived at Xin Feng's house. Little genius, don't forget what you promised me. After saying this, Director Ma drove away without stopping. Seeing Director Ma's departing figure, Xin Feng helplessly shook his head and prepared to go upstairs. Just as he took a step on the stairs, he heard a furious roar from behind. Xin Feng, today, I will make you crawl upstairs like a dog. Let everyone see what a lowly dog you are. Xin Feng turned his head in confusion. It turned out to be Shen Jingjing and Long Gu, who were cheating behind his back. However, what was different from before was that there was now another man standing beside them. The man had tattoos all over his arms, a dark complexion, and a scar on his face that was particularly prominent, making him look older. Shen Jingjing and Long Gu glared at Xin Feng with hatred, while the man kept looking Xin Feng up and down. Xin Feng, what are you looking at? 3 idiots. Xin Feng, without me, you are nothing. No woman would ever be interested in you. Shen Jingjing looked at Xin Feng with disgust. Xin Feng, you don't need to worry about that. That woman will never be you, because you're not even worthy of licking my shoes. You. I'll make you beg for mercy later. Hearing Xin Feng's words, Shen Jingjing stomped her foot in anger. Seeing this dog-like couple again, Xin Feng's eyes revealed a cold indifference and disgust. Xiaolong, is this the kid from the kindergarten you mentioned? The man looked at Xin Feng and asked Long Gu beside him. Boss Biao, it's him. He even made me and my girlfriend bark like dogs. Long Ji's teeth gritted as he stared angrily at Xin Feng, as if he wanted to tear him apart. Are you still shameless? Losing to a kid from a kindergarten. The man named Boss Biao, after hearing Long Ji's affirmative answer, looked at Xin Feng with a hint of disbelief in his eyes, but it quickly disappeared. Boss Biao, I was just careless. Is it possible to lose to a kid from a kindergarten even if you were careless? Boss Biao, I think he must have made up those numbers, it was just luck. Seeing the two of them answering back and forth without paying any attention to Xin Feng became impatient. Are you two done talking? Upon hearing this, the two stopped talking and looked at Xin Feng. Boss Biao slowly spoke up. Kid, don't think you're impressive just because you defeated a strong first grader. There are always people stronger than you, and there are always higher heavens. Xiaolong is my person, and I will help him regain his reputation. If you're smart, apologize to him, and I'll let you go. Otherwise, don't blame me for being ruthless. Boss Biao slowly spoke to Xin Feng. Boss Biao, Not only do I want him to apologize, but I also want him to bark like a dog. Long Gu, who was beside him, heard that Boss Biao only asked Qin Feng to apologize and quickly added, "Oh, how ruthless can you be?" Qin Feng stood at the staircase, calmly speaking. "Qin Feng, don't you see who you are? You're not giving Boss Biao any face?" Xin Jingjing, who was beside them, couldn't bear it anymore and angrily shouted at Qin Feng. Interesting, a kid from a kindergarten dares to be arrogant in front of a third grader. You have courage, but recognizing reality is what you should do now. Boss Biao wasn't angered by Qin Feng's words. Recognizing reality is something you should do. First grade was a complete failure for me, and third grade won't be any different. I've never seen such an arrogant kindergarten idiot before. I want to see what you're capable of. I'll give you a question. If you answer correctly, I'll let you go and won't bother you again, neither will Xiaolong. How about that? Diao Yi stared at Qin Feng with a smile on his lips. Diao Ge, he can answer first grade questions without even thinking. You have to be careful with him. Xiaolong cautiously watched Qin Feng and spoke softly. Who do you think you are? A kid from kindergarten can't possibly handle third grade questions. Diao Ge snorted coldly. I'm ready to accompany you anytime. Qin Feng didn't want to waste any more words or get entangled with them. He agreed without hesitation. You've got guts. Don't worry, as long as you answer correctly, we'll leave immediately. My reputation is the most important thing to me. However, if you can't answer, you have to apologize and bark like a dog 3 times. Whatever. What is 45 divided by 5? Diao Ge didn't waste any more time and asked directly. A question that a first grader can solve. Qin Feng, you can't be lucky every time. Look at him, today I must regain the shame from last time. Qin Feng, make your dog barking sound nice. Xiaolong and Xin Jingjing gloated on the side. Is that it? Is that your level? Qin Feng thought Biao Ge would ask a more difficult question. Can you answer it? If you can't, apologize immediately. Xiaolong was already looking forward to Qin Feng barking like a dog. You can ask such a simple question. I feel sorry for you. Simple? Then you answer it. Diao Ji's face showed a hint of anger. 9. Qin Feng replied calmly. This kind of question didn't even require him to think. Upon hearing this answer, Xiaolong burst into laughter. Qin Feng, don't think you can answer correctly every time you randomly say a number. You can't be lucky every time. Long Ge, that time he was just lucky. Otherwise, how could he have won against you? Xin Jingjing leaned against Long Ji's arms and spoke cautiously. Qin Feng felt nauseous seeing their intimate behavior. They were waiting for Qin Feng to bark like a dog, while Biao Yi frowned and looked at Qin Feng in shock. Diao Yi, what's wrong with you? This person is incredibly strong, someone we can't afford to provoke. Let's go.